Should baseball ban the shift?
You can't ban it.
Okay.
You can't ban it. I mean, that's just, you know, that's putting down rules and stuff that, you know, certain. But something has to be done about it because it's getting ridiculous.
It is a little bit.
They said, you know, in a game the other night, they hit it right past where the second baseman should have been. That one hit led to 6 hits in a row after that. Well, I mean, it didn't really lead to, but was part of a 6 hits in a row situation that I seen. I says it's just I don't like it.
We're not talking about Marlins. Let's talk about baseball as a whole.
And well, you know, in a whole. The only way that they're ever gonna stop it is if freaking the hitters roll it down to third base.
You mean like
to the first base?
Oh my gosh, who was it on the Cubs that did that 3 times in a row? Was it Chris? No.
Might have been Chris Bryant.
Right, yeah, it was Chris Bryant. Literally, they shifted, and it was a bad shift. Like, okay, I do not like the shift. I think there should be a limit to how many people you play on the first base to second base line.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't be able to line up your 5 defenders and your left fielder on that side.
Yeah, well, he says that it also comes back. He says the players got to do a better job of just buttoning down that side, hitting it down to that side, swatting it down. Otherwise, they're going to keep playing it because, like he says, otherwise you're banning it, and then you're putting more rules into the game. And you know how people feel about when you start adding rules.
And I agree with you. You
things.
shouldn't completely ban it, but there should be a happy medium in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't get me wrong. What have I said for years when people shift against our players? Just lay down a bunt.
Let the next guy do it.
Lay down a bunt. I mean, Justin Bohr can bunt the ball and go into left field, and he'll probably still get thrown out at first.
No, I think my he's close to getting that steal the other night.
Oh, he was close the other night. But, again, it shouldn't. I don't think we should ban it. I don't like it, though. I hate the shift. Because me and you agree there have been games that
completely changed.
2 years ago, or last year was. Yeah, last year, Justin Bohr learned how to hit against the shift.
Mm-hmm.
He always just popped it over the third base. He didn't bunt it. He just popped it over the shortstop.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. That's how you do it. He's learned. Big Poppy. Well, he's just going to hit a freaking home run. He doesn't care. He's either going to strike out, hit into the shift, or hit into a home run.
That's what he was always going to do.
So, you know what? Hey, that's how he busts the shift. He hits home runs. He crushes it. But
but not only does it change the way that the defensive guys are out there, it changes the way the pitchers pitch.
Yeah, and
that's one of the other big problems with it. And you're extending out your pitchers because they're trying to hit certain spots in certain pitches that they may not be throwing in normal locations. And that's what I see more than not in games is a pitcher gets out of sorts because he's trying to do a certain thing with a pitch instead of just pitch the dang ball.
Didn't the Tampa Bay pitcher on the first game in Tampa against the Marlins, didn't he throw like 106 pitches in 4
2/3? Yes.
Yeah. I'm sitting there looking at that. I'm like, oh my gosh! And it's not like the Rays shift all that much.
Oh, they did. They did a lot. And I was pointing out to some of the fans that were in the stadium. I said, look how much they're moving. And I says, I can still see, the guy has a tendency more to hit it up the middle. So you slide your shortstop over and you slide your third baseman over more towards the bags.
But again, you have a left-handed.
Then you're leaving the line open, but you're exposing that one part to cut down on the weakness. But
let's go further into this.
But then if he hits the normal ball to the shortstop still has a chance of making a play on it.
But let's go a little further into this, because what we're talking about is infield shifts right now.
Even outfield shifts.
That's what I want to talk about. I am getting sick and tired of routine pop-ups being freaking doubles because we're gonna play so-in. I played the outfield.
Or they close the gaps and they leave the lines exposed, so a guy hits it on the line and it's a triple every time.
I know how hard it is. For me, it's easier to run in on a baseball than it is to run back on a baseball.
Well, that's the big thing with Andrew McCutchen right now and him being back in center field, and that's the whole reason that he got mad about it last year, is because they were forcing him to play further in than he wanted to play.
It's like my softball game, my last softball game I can't give you the time on depending on when this video airs. I've been trying to convince my coach to put me in the outfield because I'm 5'10", and our typical starting first baseman, which if my coach is watching this, he's going to argue with me saying he's only 6 feet tall, which is still 2 inches taller than me. I say he's 6'1", 6'2", because he says he's 6'1", 6'2", and if he's not 6'1" or 6'2", I'm 5'8". So he has a better reach than I do.
Of course.
So it's like, hey, I want to start, put me in the outfield. I think this game, this season, I've only gotten out once out of all my at-bats, but I still move the runner, and that's what they wanted me to do. I moved the runner. Awesome. So I was like, okay, put me in the outfield. So I'm trying to coach one of our girl outfielders. And she does the whole football, you know, run backwards to try to catch it. And I'm trying to explain to her, no, turn, run. But I lose sight of the ball. But when you're backing up and you turn, you lose sight of the ball anyways. So if you just pivot, look at the ball, and run while looking at the ball, you can still turn and catch it.
So you always gotta get the angle. You gotta get the angle.
And the coach is sitting there, and our coach, manager, captain, player, Pete Rose, whatever he is trying to explain this to her, and I'm showing her how to do it. And she's sitting there because we're both going for pop flies, and unless she calls it, I'm gonna catch it. And she's like, I'm afraid I'm gonna run into you. It's like, I know where you are at all times. Don't worry about running into me. You're 5'1", 98 pounds soaking wet.
I'll leap you. I'll leap you.
I'm 5'10", 180 something of just pure muscle. I mean, look at that.
Pure beef, buddy. Pure beef.
So if you hit me, you're gonna fall. I'm not gonna. If you plow into me, unless you clip my knee, nothing's gonna happen to me. And I know where you are because when I catch it, I turn so you don't run into me. So and I say there's like, and when the one time he puts me in the outfield, he plays me shallow. So I have to run back for the ball. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can run in on the ball easier. I'm a lot faster than people give me credit. And that's the thing, it's like, why are we shifting shallow? I don't care if the guy's batting 167. I've seen pitchers hit it to the dirt.
There's 3 or 4 the game I was at the other night, and that went right over our head. If the guy would have been playing normal deep, it would have been an
and that's what brings us up. I agree with you. There's a game I was watching. It was like, oh, it's a pop. Where's Stanton? Where's you? Oh my gosh, is there an imaginary line like they do in softball that when girls are up to bat, you can't pass this line until the ball is hit? I mean, is that what's in baseball now too? We must play the line. It's like, guys, move back.
So all night last night I was making fun of Borges out there in the outfield for Tampa. Every batter that came up, he had a little piece of paper he took out of his pocket and he looked at it so he knew where to go into the field.
But I'm okay with that.
And I said, hey, it's the same batter it was 2 innings ago. You probably don't need to look at it again.
You're playing so shallow. Why are you playing shallow? Play them easier. And with Yelich's speed, it's easier for him to take off in a starting straight than shift, look, and run. Yelich is a fast kid. I mean, Stanton's a freaking gazelle out there. Well, not a gazelle.
He's got long legs.
Jeez.
I mean, dude's got a stride that's bigger than I am.
Perfect example. Ichiro, 9th inning of the first game in Tampa. He was on the dirt and he just ran in and caught that ball. I mean, nice slide, and I wish when I'm 43 years old I can do that without breaking it. 44 however old he is. 126 in Japanese years.
They don't have years like cats, dude. Come on, man.
Yes, but what's his name on that played in the Japanese league that kept playing until he was 55 and kept sending them over? He literally just walked up and went, well, I now hold the home run record at the age of 55. Or Hideki Matsui, who Godzilla freaking won an MVP in the World Series at what, 41, 42? Like, jeez. I can't even get one of my Hispanic brothers or sisters to get above the age of 40 and still play. What's the last 40-year-old baseball player that's full Hispanic you see that doesn't count as A-Rod? Because A-Rod's Miami. Miamian.
Miamian.
Yes, we're going with Miamian.
304, 305 boy.
305 or
The 305
786 or 786. Depends on. Well, if it was back then, it would have been 305 boy. So all that. The shift. I agree with you, man. Just play regular. I want to know. No, I don't want to know statistic because that's going to get into our next topic. I don't want to know the statistic on how well the shift works because I don't want the shift to work.
But I says I see more than not. I says I mean you see more times than not it actually does work. The guy hits it right into it.
Okay.
But the times that it does not work turns so catastrophic sometimes. It's ridiculous.
Yes, it does.
It snowballs into something it shouldn't have been to begin with.
Yes. And I mean, we got Echevarria, who's a great defensive player.
Mm-hmm.
But when you take him out of that comfort zone, where he has to dive right because he was too left, instead of he's used to just like either standing there or diving left, it takes you out of his comfort zone. So, don't get rid of it. Don't modify it, but let's just play baseball.
Hitters learn to hit against it.
Exactly. If you're a good hitter, if not, you're probably going to be in the minors.
Yeah, exactly. But I said I'm tired of it. I said the whole snowballing of it, you know, the pitchers having the pitchers and the pitching. It's not great. I don't like it. Like I says, it leads into all them the number running stuff.
All right.
The numbers.
Statistics.
The mob.
Statistics.
The mob.
Statistics.
The mob.
So, sabermetrics.